I'm been there, done that. We're with Podcast Junkies.
Been there, but I have not done it yet.
Yeah, well, this is you doing it.
I've been there doing that.
What's up, everybody? I'm Podcastro, and this is the Been There, Done That podcast. Hey, how we doing? How you doing? Welcome back to another episode of Been There, Done That. I'm your host, Podcastro. It's so nice to have you all. What a beautiful day it is here in sunny South Florida. But wherever you are, don't forget to go outside. Look at that. Look at those little things. Take a step. Breathe that fresh air. Look at the sun. Actually, don't look at the sun because you don't want to do that because that's going to blind you. You don't want to look at the sun. But look at the clouds. Take a second to appreciate those little things. And today I have one of the most incredible stories. Women, I'm so excited. I mean, I met this woman. We kind of crossed paths. I saw her walking into, again, a shout out to the Visionary Edge. It was amazing with Sam and Janelle. But man, I saw this woman and I was like, we're going to get to connect. We're going to talk. And then she came up to me and goes, I heard we have to talk. And I was like, whoa. Did you know I was going to come up to you and I planned to talk to you first? But without further ado, my guest today is a true force of resilience, healing, and transformation. Elisa Lynch is the client relation manager at Team Healiverse, but her story goes far beyond any job title. After surviving a near-fatal boat accident, Alisa was left paralyzed from the waist down and endured years of chronic pain and emotional challenges. Without further ado, welcome, Elisa Lynch.
Thank you, Ben.
Hello.
I'm so excited to be here.
I know.
And I am just having a great time.
I know. Look at you. You look like a superstar. You're part of the Been There, Done That crew now. You can officially say you've
been there and done that.
Okay. So this is us doing it. And
the glasses are a fun little surprise.
Right? I know. She's like, we sat down and I go, oh, wait, I'm not ready yet. And she's like, what do you get? I'm like, I got to get glasses. She's like, do you always do your show glasses? I was like, well, I can't be the only one wearing glasses. And then I found an extra pair and I don't know, Alisa, they look pretty good on you.
I know. I have to steal them.
There might be a good gift, right? That could be interesting. Been there, done that merch.
There you go.
Give you a pair of glasses. I like it. Wait a second. We're on to something. All right, so I just, again, want to just say thank you, and it's so incredible that every single time, the first time I saw you, you were on a wheelchair, you were wheeling, and guys, she walked into this podcast studio, sat down in this chair on her own. It's unbelievable, and so, I mean...
I had some walking aids. I know, but...
Yeah, okay, all right, but...
A little bit of aids, but... Listen, crutches are amazing.
You're right. But it's just incredible to see what you have doing. And like every single time I see you, more mobility in your knees. I feel it. It's amazing. It's just, your story just warms my heart every single time I hear it. And every single time I see you, I just feel a bright light and just, it's incredible. You shine through everything of all this darkness. So why don't we go through it for the audience that doesn't know a little bit about it, and me and you really did connect because our backstories are very similar, and I'm meaning figuratively and literally. You guys will understand that at the end of this episode. So,
okay,
Alisa, take us through what happened.
13 years ago, October 13, 2011, it was a beautiful, beautiful day, sunny day in South Florida. I was going through a transition of losing my job, and I was a little depressed, so I decided to go out on the boat on a random day of the week on a Thursday.
I mean, that sounds like a very beautiful,
Yeah,
a beautiful day, beautiful, why not, go on the boat.
I know. I was part of the boat club, and
Oh.
that was what I did for fun. And I was kind of just feeling the blues, and I was like, I really want to go on the boat. So I kept my daughter home from school, and we decided to go out on a Thursday afternoon. And literally, we were out in the ocean maybe 20 minutes. We were going to go on an ocean ride and come back the intercoastal by Peanut Island. We were over in West Palm Beach.
You literally just were going on a 20-minute boat ride.
No, we were going on a boat ride for the afternoon.
Oh, for the afternoon.
But we only were out in the water for 20 minutes.
Oh.
So
wow.
we rented a 27-foot Everglades fishing boat for
Okay.
the day, and we all packed on. I brought some friends, and we were just going to have a fun day on the water and take the kids tubing and sightsee.
Oh, that sounds nice.
I know.
Peanut Island is beautiful over there. It's really nice. So you can get in the water. It's okay.
So we were like, we'll go out the ocean, we'll go to the Boynton Inlet, and then we'll come back the intercoastal. So that was going to be a nice, afternoon planned. And we were out maybe 20 minutes, and the accident happened. Basically, a Coast Guard boat had gone by, and then probably a few minutes later, we kind of crossed their wake. So I didn't really think of anything. I was sitting in the front, and then a few minutes later, my daughter was kind of wobbly, so I sat her on the boat seat next to me, and then the accident happened right after that.
Oh my gosh. So
Yes.
so you were, it was very unexpected. You already went over the wakes of the, so was it just the current was the wake, or was there another boat, or what was the?
It was a rogue wave,
Oh wow.
just a random wave that was in the water, so you couldn't see it until you were actually upon it. So it was unexpected, and basically, even talking about it now, I just didn't see it coming. So I did the best I could. I got thrown everywhere in the front of the boat, and when the wave was done and I stopped pounding on the seat, I didn't know where my legs were. So basically, I had injured my buttock, my sit area so severely, and I ended up injuring myself brain to toes.
Oh my.
I didn't know where my legs were. I didn't know what had happened to me, and I was in the middle of the ocean.
So you must have been lifted pretty high off the boat. That must have been a pretty rogue wave, and wow, you saved your daughter's life as well. I'm sure she would have been tossed off the boat, if anything, if you were tossed that high in the air. So oh my gosh. So in that moment, did you know how serious you were injured, or were you kind of just like, where am I?
When it was over, to be honest, I didn't know where my legs were, and I started screaming, I don't know where my legs are. Okay. And I knew that what had happened was so severe because when I moved a certain way, I could feel all this electricity. Ooh. So I really, in that moment, wasn't sure, was it, what was going to happen to me? So my husband at the time came over, and he pinched my leg, and he confirmed that I didn't feel anything. So he had called in for help for them to come and meet me at the dock. Hopefully they would get me to the hospital. So then we were planning emergency evacuation for me. Wow.
And you were, this was probably so frightening. You were on the boat. You were probably terrified, not knowing all these sensations going through. Were you in pain though?
I wasn't in pain, but what they did was they laid me on the seat, luckily. And what would happen is, I kind of would lay there, and if the boat didn't really move, I could not feel that pain. But if we went over a wake or anything, I would feel that really scary, electricity. So I knew something was pressing on something that it shouldn't have been, like the nerves. I could feel the nerves, something pressing on the nerves.
The pressure was...
And I had compressed my spinal cord 90%, they said. So it was very severe. I was 10% away from severing my spinal cord. So I'm very blessed.
Oh my
It was that close.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
90%. That's unbelievable. Wow. So you must have... Incredible that you went like this and all that stuff happened to you. Now I'm sure everybody was very, very it was very frantic, right? You kind of got in. Now, did you get evac? How did they get you to the hospital?
Yeah. So what I did, how I saved my life was I was laid on the boat and I looked at the sun the whole time to stop me from going into shock.
Wow.
I mean, you wouldn't realize it, but the sun's energy, I just knew to look at the sun, and I kept singing a Kenny Chesney song.
Wow, really?
The sun. He's my favorite singer. So that was the one thing that got me like feeling calm. Like, I'm going to get there. I'm going to count. Okay, it's a 5 more minutes. So we get to the dock, right? It kept me trying to like regulate my body to get help. So when we pulled up to the dock, luckily the fire rescue were there. So they came and they safely all got me off the boat and put me on a stretcher. Oh my God. And then the helicopter was there waiting for me. Wow. So I had to get air Trauma Hawk to the hospital. Wow. So I went to St. Mary's, and the doctor put me in the CAT scan machine and came back and gave me the bad news that, you know, I'd broken my back and that they didn't know if I would make it through surgery. So it was...
Real quick, let's just talk about those CAT scans. Those things are not a joke. They are very claustrophobic. You're in there for like, it feels like a lifetime. Mm-hmm. Still have dreams about those, like, like, you know what I'm saying?
I know.
Those things definitely are really, you know, intense. And, you know, hearing the news after the doctors is also something that I will never forget. I remember... when my mom was told, I remember seeing her drop down to the ground. And it's like, you get that news, it's like, oh my gosh. But, you know, at the end of the day, you're here walking, and like hearing the doctor tell you broke your back. I mean, what were you thinking at that? Were you able to process that?
I have to be honest with you. I was in so much pain that it felt like a bad dream. I didn't know that a human body could experience that much physical pain. Like, I didn't even know that, like, that was even a thing until it happened. So to be honest, I had a lot of fear, you know. I just didn't know what hit me. I guess that's the easiest way I could describe it. It was, and then part of me didn't know it hit me, but then the other part of me was like, okay, this just happened. How are we gonna get back to health, right? So I had two sides going at the same time, I feel like, right? Because I was like, oh my God, I'm so scared. Like, and then the flip side was, okay, what are we gonna do? How am I gonna get better? And what's it gonna take? But the scariest thing was I didn't have much movement at that time. And I can remember having to use a board to get in and out of the bed, to try to get in the shower. So like, this was a fully new way that I had to adapt and overcome life in a whole new way.
Of course. I mean, you are now, not able to use half of your body. I mean, you're now at this crossroad where you're either saying, do I give up, or do I keep going and trying to get stronger? What do I do? Yeah. I could either stay in fear and just, you know, stay on that path, or I can say, no. And I see what you did. We know what you did. But it takes, it is it's a mind game. It's a mind, you're sitting there alone by yourself saying, am I worth it to go? What do I need to do it's all in you. You talk to God, you talk to higher self, you talk to whatever you believe in, and you look for that. But at the end of the day, it is you. It's within you. And we spoke about your higher self, and it's almost channeling that version of you to get to release, right? I guess to be able to say, I did it, right?
Well, it's funny you brought this up, because the reason I'm sitting here today is because of my higher self. Mm-hmm. A few weeks in after the surgery, I was in the hospital for several weeks and then rehab for a long time. And 2 weeks in, I was the first night I was alone. There was a cross over my bed, and I did get a message not to listen to the doctors, that I would walk again, but it'd be a long journey, and I didn't know what it was going to look like. Those were the 4 things I knew, but I was told very strongly to keep my faith and to do whatever it takes because I would get better one day. And I did believe it, because why I'm sitting here today was because I had to, 4 years into, trying to medically fix myself, right? Go in a paralysis center and going and doing rehab, and I wasn't getting better. I had to make a decision and follow my gut and go on a different path of holistic health. And so I had to change everything to go on this path to be sitting here.
That's and you said something, believing in yourself, right? You had to believe, sometimes that's all it takes is, you believe in yourself, believe in others, and believe. If you give that good energy, that good, positive, higher self, hey, it's gonna happen. It's gonna be okay. Put that in your mind. I know a lot of people talk about manifestation. I really believe it's more so just your power of you, of the energy that you can control, that you're saying, hey, I believe, I know I'm going to walk again. I know I'm going to be able to get to my next level. Like, I remember every day, 1 step, next day, 2 steps, 3 steps, turned into 6 steps, turned into 10 steps, turned into walking a mile, turned into running a 7-minute mile. Like, there was so many goals that I had in mind. I'm like, okay, the things that have happened to me are not going to limit to me. They're just going to make maybe a different
Make
way.
you stronger.
Yeah, but a different, I might have to, make a little jump, a little diversion. I can't go straight. I guess I'll just go right, left, then straight, or I'll go right, left, left. Oh, now I'm still at that same path that I was going to. So many different things. Now, I did want to clear, so what you said you broke, what parts of your back did you break?
I had an L1 burst fracture,
okay,
but I injured my tailbone, my pelvis, all the disc, even the cranium.
Oh my God.
The atlas.
Yeah, so I just need everybody,
and brain and a concussion too.
Oh my gosh. Well, I just need everyone to know. My injury wasn't as severe. I mean, I fractured my L4 and my L5, so I had a compression fracture, and it went, I shrunk an inch, a quarter, half an inch.
Mm-hmm.
That was my only, thing. So, but all of these things, and the fact that you're not paralyzed, you're walking, your mindset is, it almost seems like it's so clear. You have such a good vision of what you are here to do in this world. You have almost like it almost like that rogue wave was meant to do this so that you can unlock this being of you. Do you ever think of that?
Yes. I think that's exactly why the accident happened now.
Because
it's been 13 years I've been on a journey, and it's now that the pieces are finally all coming together. But it's been 1,000 steps.
Wow.
I came here to learn in this lifetime and gain the spiritual wisdom, the mental, the emotional, and the physical body. Wow. Because, I came here to learn this stuff.
I know. And what I'm saying, what I'm learning, what I'm seeing is that actually just meeting people, that's what we were meant to do. We were meant to just learn. We were meant to just get better, and that's where the wisdom comes in. That's where all these people are making these similar mistakes in a different ways. It's so funny to me sometimes. There's so many things that we all do, and we all follow a same path. But the way we do it, or the way we come around it, there's different, just variants, right? There's different variants. But at the end of the day, we are so, so similar. I talk about it as so much that, just hearing your story and hearing how you are continuously learning, and you're still not at your, it sounds like you're getting to a very great location, but you're not at your peak. You still have so much more to go. I see.
My story is going to get out to the world.
It is. This is
because getting unparalyzed, I have the experience of getting unparalyzed. I don't know many people that have accomplished that.
No,
there are people that have, but the odds are, I don't even know how many millions to one.
And that's what I'm saying is you're a gift. There's a reason why
it's
you're
a gift
here.
from God.
It's a gift from God. When I got in this accident, my mom said to me one thing. She said, Ben, there's a reason why you're on this earth. God's not ready for you yet. You're here to make an impact. You're here to change people's lives, even if it's just by a smile. Right. And I have always just felt that, like, when things are going wrong, it's gonna get better. Things go wrong. That's the point of life. It's say, hey, can you fix this? Can you figure this out without fighting? Can you figure this out without hurting? Like, how can you make the best impact in the ways you do it? You know, we learn all the time. So I just think this is incredible. I love that you're here with me, kind of sharing your story and how, 13 years later, you're walking into my studio having, it's just incredible. It's unbelievable. And the message to other people out there, it's gonna reach tremendous, because there are so many people that I get these tragic accidents, these things that don't happen, but when they look at it from a negative viewpoint, yes, it does stink and it sucks and it's awful, and yes, I understand, but if you can come from it and see the light in it and see the other side of where you can go, and like how many people you can help with just by your just speaking,
Absolutely. Well, the spiritual essence of us, our souls they're eternal.
Yeah.
And, going through these challenges in life, and I know you have gone through them as well, we can really have that true gratitude of that, just, that being grateful for life.
Yeah.
Because when your life is spared, and you're able to impact people with, just like you said, even if we're just sharing light and we're encouraging people. I invite a lot of people in my world to assist me and help me. People love to be kind. And that's been a gift for me, is allowing people to help me.
I couldn't agree more. And it is true where you attract light. Light attracts light, right? It's one light to the next, right? It really is. And you surround yourself with like-minded people, and you really do want to spread the message of light, like just of that, it's almost like we're all an empty, waiting to be filled, right? With just the pure of I guess light, right?
And love.
Light and love.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. The love is, you're right. That's what I think. That's what I was.
It's all about love,
yeah.
and it's all about tapping into that highest frequency of the love that God has for us, that grace, that love. And
I'm gonna sound like a hippie, but I feel like love always prevails.
It does.
Love
because
really
there's
does.
two choices in life. You can choose love or you can choose fear.
Yeah.
And, I'm not going to say I haven't had my battle with fear, because I have. But, over time, you can reprogram fear, and you can release it through love. But love's the only way that fear will leave.
All right.
That was fun, though.
Yeah, we are going to switch gears up a little bit. Glasses are off. And, you spoke about you went towards holistic methods, and we were speaking pretty deeply earlier about the light and your energies and all of that stuff. Can you go ahead and elaborate maybe on some of the medical remedies, the things that you might have went to help yourself heal?
Yeah. So what I first started doing was going to events. As I was watching podcasts, Joe Dispenza, I was just learning all about healing. I did a training called Gratitude Training, and I met my intuitive healer, Joe Petrosky. And he worked closely with me and opened me up to the new possibilities of healing. But we had to do a lot of the inner child work and the trauma work before I could even get to the body. Because, the healing is a lot of layers to healing. And I had a lot of trauma in my life that I had to work through. And once I did that, I was able to see different changes in my body, believe it or not. Just working on yourself brings more energy. And I started watching different Joe Dispenza, Bruce Lipton, Greg Braden, all these very powerful healers. And they were teaching me that I could heal my body by changing the way I thought. That I can create new possibilities for my health.
Now, these people...
Through energy.
But did this on your own, your research, you were just finding these, that's incredible. You were just seeing which ones resonated with you more or higher, I guess, right?
I was looking for answers because I remembered the message I got from God. I would be healed one day. So I literally went on a quest like Dorothy, and I was reading books. And no, but that's exactly what it was like. I really had to, I wanted to learn everything about the body because I knew that I just felt like there were ways I could heal more, and I just didn't know what they were. So I did the spiritual, then I did the mental, then I did the emotional, because I had to do a lot of body work to get the emotions out of the body. And then me and my body kind of found each other again, because I was very disassociated from having PTSD after the accident and everything, and I had injured my nervous system.
Well, yeah, and also you're just completely, I mean, you're not in a new body, but you kind of like...
I had to create a new one.
You are creating...
I had to create a new one, because
exactly.
my other, your body does a lot of things when you're in an injury situation like that to protect you. So the oxygen's less in your body, your blood is different. There's a lot of things that happen chemically in the body that I've learned about since, that I went back and kind of made better, right? Because
90%,
you don't know what
guys.
You don't know.
90%. That's crazy.
But oxygen, it's a basic. How I've healed myself are the basic elements. That's what's so amazing. Plants, food, sound healing, meditation, physical, of course, right? Because you have to move the body. Then I have a machine that reads my energy that I could use.
Oh, wow.
And I also have products that I test with my energy. Did my energy get better? Did this change? So I've been able to kind of track my healing journey, which has been awesome as well. So I have a device called the BioWell machine, where it reads your acupressure points off your fingers, and it shows you your entire field and how much energy is in each part of your body, including your brain, your spine, your legs, your heart, your organs.
Wow.
So I've become a little
So you're not a prodigy anymore. I feel like you're the real deal right now. You're like
I learned a lot. And
like
I went
holistic alchemist or something, right?
Yeah,
like,
I know a lot. It's been amazing to learn, though. So what I ended up doing was I went to a lot of events and conferences. I go to a lot of biohacking events, and I sat in the audience, and I just kept listening to people, and I kept learning and trying new things. And I had Dr. Love was my acupuncturist, and he kept telling me blood, 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 blood. So I met someone that did a live blood analysis on me, and that changed everything, because I saw how my blood wasn't flowing. And I started doing ozone treatments. And once I did ozone, my blood got so much better. I started moving blood throughout my body. So I had to kind of go in and do biohacks, but the right biohacks from these shows.
Wow.
So I also do glutathione. I have a product I use called Numi that cleanses my cells every day, gets all the toxins out, helps my lymphatic system. I use Lumaviti water, which is hydrogen now with little small molecules. It's activated my lymphatic system, gets rid of the stress out of my body. So I'm basically trying to create a whole new environment for my body. And it's been working, because now I'm walking so much better.
Oh my gosh. You guys hear that?
It's so incredible. Yes.
And you're not taking any medicine. You're not taking any...
Zero medication.
See, like, that's incredible. Now, are you... Okay.
I mean, I do use some CBD products.
No problem with that. No problem with that.
QPT, CBD.
Yeah, that's nature. Those are plants, right?
Yeah, but it helps with anxiety, and the QPT, CBD pain spray is the best in the business. So that really helped me a lot also.
That's what I was going to ask. So, are you in pain?
No.
Like, it doesn't seem like it when you walk. I don't see you go. You look like you're just taking one step closer to getting to just not have those crushes with you. It doesn't seem like you're in any pain. Is there days that are harder? Are there days that you wake up?
The time that I have pain is at night.
Okay.
Because at night our bodies are like regenerating, and there's not as much blood flow in my feet or my lower limb. So I do get pain there sometimes at night. But other than that, I'm not in pain. Which is amazing. I mean, I have my sore days at the gym. You know, if I overdo it, I may be a little sore. But you know, I've been very blessed. Now, the beginning of my journey, I didn't get out of bed for 4 years. I was in so much pain. Wow. So to go from that to this is a gift.
It's a gift. You can't even.
Yeah. Like when you're in bed in pain, it was like probably. I think I blocked it out. Did you block? Were you in a lot of pain when you had your accident?
Oh my gosh, I was in. Yeah, every step I took was just pain. Yeah, I was in a lot of pain. I couldn't, like, sleeping was painful. My mom didn't let me take any meds or anything. She's like, nah, you'll be fine. You'll just get better. And I was like, okay. She always, like, she made sure I was eating protein shakes, all these good stuff. Like, she was giving me good fruits, vegetables, all that stuff. But the only thing I maybe was taking was to make me Advil or Tylenol.
Okay, so you didn't have any. Okay.
Yeah, no. I took one Percocet, and then my mom was like, "This is way too strong." I was like, "Okay, it helps." She's like, "Yeah, we could just get the same effect with Tylenol." And I was like, "Okay." And then I didn't even really want to take too much Tylenol because I didn't really like taking medicine too much.
Yeah.
You know, I just didn't really enjoy it. But yeah, it was a painful journey. I mean, I still, like, I get scared, like, when I'm working out or stretching. I like to do yoga. There's always there's a fear that I have sometimes where I'll be doing a stretch and I'll, like, move one way and I'll get, like, a click and I'm like, whoa, that was a really weird pain. And then it goes away and I'm like, okay. So, like, you
have to be mindful now.
Yeah, there's a lot of mindfulness that I'm not being as reckless as I was. Like, I still think I have 15 lives, but, you know, I've been, maybe I only have like 4 left, I think. That's where I'm at right now. So.
Not me, I want to.
I'm just kidding. I'm here forever. You can't get rid of me. Sorry. Been there, done that. He's here. He's staying. But going back to a little bit of, like, the journey. What was one of, like, your biggest emotional hurdles that you had to get through? Because it's just...
I want to say the hardest thing for me was the change that the accident brought. Just life was just not the same. Yeah. Didn't matter what I did. I think I tried to go back to, like, how things were. But when you're in that much pain, you're very disassociated from the way you were before. And honestly, I feel that I just had this loss inside of me that was just so painful. Like, I miss my old life, if that makes sense. Even though I was grateful to be alive, like, I don't want to say like I wasn't. It's just, I think I lost my identity of, like, who I was. And I didn't know, like, everything that I tried to do was so hard in the wheelchair. Like, going to the beach was hard. Like, I needed help to do anything. And people were so gracious with me, but it wasn't freeing.
Well, of course.
The things I loved the most, like to try to go to the beach, to try to get on a boat, like everything I loved was just, you know, it was
different.
It was different. My life was different. And I literally was in bed for 4 years and I couldn't take it one more day. And I didn't care what I had to do because I just chose to live. Because I was, like, in a very dark place. I wanted to commit suicide. And one day I just realized that I had to go on this journey and it was time if I was going to stay.
Wow. That's incredible.
Because pain can really suck the life out of you. I did ketamine. I chose to do ketamine. And then once I did that, at least I had a way of moving forward finally. Because I felt like I was just stuck in a cycle of pain, sadness, fear, like all those lower emotions. Like, what am I going to do now? Luckily, I, got some part-time stuff that I could get out of the house. That saved my life at that time because you sit home every day.
Oh, yeah. It's mind
rough.
It's
yeah. And then, I would go do exercise for 4 hours a day. but the pain was just kept me in bed watching movies all day. And that just wasn't who I was. I was vibrant. I loved to go to the beach. I love vacations. I love the sunset. I was just, I never was home.
It's crazy.
So yeah, life just changed, and I still had young kids, so I didn't get to always be at their games and at their activities, and I feel like they didn't get quite the mom that I was before the accident. Not that they still didn't have mom, and I still did a lot of the things with them. It wasn't the same because I was suffering inside.
Yeah. It was different,
Yeah.
and you made a really big point on pain. Pain changes a lot of people's perspective. Like, if you have not been in pain, or you don't know, like, you can't really put yourself in someone's shoes like that, right? It's really hard. So, someone's having a bad day. The real reason why they're having a bad day or yelling at you is because maybe their neck has been hurting for them for 3 months, and now you said one thing and it ticked them off. Like, there's so much that pain can really, like, change about a person, So the fact is, like, you went through a couple different identities.
Yeah.
Right?
I've had several.
And like, I want to touch on it because I remember when we first met, you told me your name was this and we changed that. And I want to talk about it. But before we go into that, I just want to kind of say, like, you as a person is this one person, right? You're you. And then you become a mom, right? So I'm not saying that your identity dies, but you are now no longer.
You're not the young girl.
You're not the young girl. You
responsibility.
You are now a mom that has a daughter or a son, and you now can't just say, "Okay, got a daughter, I'm out of here." It's attached to you. That's something that And now you're saying. How old was your daughter when this happened? 10?
She was 9.
9. She was 9 years old, and now she has not in anything. Then you have now a whole new mom, a new identity, because now you have to do everything different. It's incredible to see you right here standing proud, like, to hear how so many people probably struggle with that. Like, like bringing this awareness to so many people. I'm so excited because you're showing that you don't have to give up. That you can, there's another side, that you're going to make it, it's going to be okay. You're going to be able to, you went to the kids' games. You got out of the bed. You said to yourself, no, I'm not going to sit here. And this is not me.
I did show up for them. And there were some times I missed, but overall, I didn't let the accident stop me from showing up for them.
Incredible. Now, so can we touch base on your name?
Sure.
I remember this was something that stood out to me. You introduced yourself to me, I believe, as Lisa, right?
Maybe.
I think you said Lisa.
I don't know.
And then you said, "Oh no, it's Alisa." And I was like, "Oh well," and she's like, "Well." And then I don't know. I'm trying to think of it, but I remember you telling a story on one of the podcasts. And I want to hear that from you.
Actually, it's a pretty amazing little story. So I was reading Joe Dispenza's book about what's the name of the book that I'm thinking of? Becoming Supernatural.
Okay.
One of his really popular books, and I kept having dreams and hearing like thoughts about. You need to become Alisa. I kept hearing the name Alisa. And I was like, okay. So finally one day I was like, maybe it's like about the future me. I didn't really understand what it meant. So I got my phone out and I Googled up and I said, Alisa, what is the meaning? And when I looked at the meaning, it said God's promise. So I knew in that moment, the message I was getting was, step into your miracle. You need to become someone new. It's time for you to grow. And it's empowering because Lisa still feels that pain body and that pain that I explained that we were just talking about because I physically lived through it. And Elisa is my future and who I get to be in the present moment. And I get to become someone new.
Ugh.
And it just felt right. And I just said, I want to be called Elisa now. And my daughter's middle name is Elizabeth, Elisa Beth, and it connects me with her as well.
Ugh.
So,
See, I didn't know that.
and I didn't know why, because I was going to name her when she was born is Kaylee Elizabeth, Eli. It was ZA was popular back when I had her, but I wanted to put my name in it, Elisa Beth. And I never knew one day that I'd be changing my name to that part of her name.
Wow.
So it just felt right. At first, my kids are like, why are you changing your name? That's so, like, they got upset. And then my mother would like, I don't want to call you Elisa. And I'm like, well, it's okay. You don't have to. I'm doing this to better to grow myself. And it feels good. And I love the name. And I just went with it.
Wow. All right, that's amazing.
And it's so. I mean, I really didn't even know I was gonna do it, but I've learned to just follow my gut. And if something feels good and feels right, why not?
It's that intuition. It definitely means something. You got to listen to that sucker because you're feeling that way for a reason. There's not that's what I think. So as we wind down this podcast, because I'm having so much fun with you.
I know.
This is great. We're learning so much. We've spoken about, injuries, some huge triumphs, some things that we've had to get over. Resilience. What would you say? How would you define resilience today?
Oh boy, that's a good question. I think resilience is obviously not quitting,
For sure.
no matter what.
No matter what.
It's also about trusting yourself. It's about being able to surrender and letting go of the things that don't serve you. It's about trusting the process. There's a bigger plan than you can see. It's about receiving.
Yeah.
And it's about love at the end of the day. So those are my superpowers that I really have learned over the years that allow resiliency to happen. Because if I didn't have ways to get through it, you couldn't get to the end.
That was unbelievable. That was beautiful. I couldn't have said it any better. You hit it really right nail on the head, because this message, this podcast right here was filled with just the resilience of a mother, a woman, someone never to give up on seeing their higher self, right? And you being able to go through this journey and, the suffering, the fear and all this stuff. What's the acronym for fear? Someone said it once, and I thought it was one of the most fictional.
Fictional evidence appearing as real.
Fictional evidence appearing as real.
And I like fear as what is it? Face everything and rise. You can look at it, everything and rise.
Fictional evidence appearing real and facing everything and rise.
Rising.
That was unbelievable. We're going to end the podcast on like a little bit of a fun note. What is something that you like to, I know we spoke about, you loved going on the boat, you like going out in the sun, you like being out at events and stuff. What is something that Elisa Lynch likes to do for fun?
Paddleboarding.
Ooh, I'm
a badass paddleboarder. I live on the intercoastal. I take out my own board. I drag it along the beach. I hop on and I go, and I'm not afraid. And it is just my thing. I connect with the water in such a high way, and the water has been healing for me, the salt water.
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
So think about it. What took my freedom gave it back to me.
Wow. That's unbelievable. Well, guess what? Part of been there, done that means you've been on my show. Now I have to go do something with you. So I don't know. I love paddleboarding. I'm a huge paddleboarder.
Let's go, baby.
We could go. You tell me.
Have an extra board.
Oh, do you really? Oh, sign me up. I'm ready to go with you. I would love to go paddle.
I mean, I sit on it, but I love it.
Hey,
I don't care.
Don't
It's
matter.
The
What are you
funnest
talking
thing.
about?
It's so me. I just love being out on the water.
Have you ever been to Ginny Springs before?
Yes, I have.
Oh, you have?
I love it there, and the water's so cold.
It's so cold.
But I kayak there.
It's so beautiful. I used to go all the time with my friends, and we do like camping trips out there, but the water, just being in there, seeing the nature, how clear it is, snorkeling. Oh, I loved it.
But yeah, getting back to my activities really has been so much joy, brought me so much more joy back because I miss doing the things I love so much.
Good. Well, that's it, you guys. You hear it here. There's no stopping Elisa Lynch. She is getting on that water. She's not afraid. I was going to ask, that was a question that I was like, are you afraid of going on a boat or water anymore? And I mean, it clearly sounds like you're
No,
not.
I actually was in the boat club again.
Oh, you're back in the boat club.
No, I've been on boats. Yeah, I love the boat. I still love the boat, and I still love the beach, and I love the water. So
I love it. Well, I'm going to also invite, do you like music? I mean, you spoke about earlier, you were like, who was the gentleman that you were singing when you were looking at the light?
Kenny
Chesney, yes. So I was going to say, we have a show coming up, and I'd love for you to come check us out.
Okay.
August 9th.
Okay.
At Tim Finnegan's in Delray Beach.
Okay, I'll be there.
It's a lot of fun. It's going to be, we have a...
So what are we doing? We're just coming there and having fun for the night?
Yeah. So I'm in a band.
Okay. What kind of music?
And we're called The Pleasures, and we play 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s.
Okay.
I think you're going to have a great time.
All right, I'll be there.
I just wanted to invite you, and I also wanted to say thank you. Thank you so much for coming on the show. Thank you so much for telling me your story. I mean, I knew this was going to be fun. I know that we're going to have to definitely have a part 2 for sure.
Yes, when I'm walking here. We'll be dancing and celebrating.
That's what I'm saying. It's going to be incredible. I cannot wait. And I am just so blessed that we got connected. I think it's insane how this world works, where you bring people into your lives for a reason. There's no accidents. I'm a huge believer of that. And things happen for a reason. And
if you just believe.
And that's another thing we talked about today. You got to just believe, right?
Absolutely.
So
never give up.
Never give up. There is no
and there's healing for everyone. There's healing possibilities for the world right now.
Everyone. And if you just need a friend, if you just need someone to talk to, hit me up. Just say, hey, what's up, man? I'm there for you. All right. We all need someone. We always need, a hand to hold, or at least just a good community.
Absolutely.
And that's what we try to do here. And I just want to thank you guys all so much for being a part of this episode of Been There, Done That. And your host, Podcastro. We're here. We're doing it. We're never leaving. And this is how it's gonna be. All right. All right, guys. So that was an incredible episode. Before I let you go, I want to know a couple of, you have so many projects, so many things that are going on right now. Elisa, how can people get in touch with you? What are some of the things that people can maybe reach out to get more information in all Elisa Lynch? Where would you send them?
Awesome. Well, anyone can reach out to me. My website is elisalynch.net. My phone number is on there, my email, all my biohacking links, some of the few things that I mentioned. I have one place where I'm keeping track of all the things that I've researched and have helped me on my journey for health. So yes, that's where they can find me. Also 5dhealerverse.com. They can book an appointment with me to find out more about the Healerverse platform, where we bring like-minded holistic healers together on this amazing platform. And there's also IT available for holistic healers, designed specifically for them with AI.
Oh my gosh.
So everyone's really into AI these days. So I'm up to some great stuff. I have a book that I'm writing right now to share my story, and all the information will be on my website, elisalynch.net.
Oh, I love that. And you also have, We're
doing some events. I'm planning my first event with Healerverse coming this fall. So yes.
And you're guest on podcasts now. I see you're doing a bunch of podcasts.
I've done about, I don't know, I'm doing a lot these days, which is fun because it's great to get out there and get to really start speaking more and more. I'm excited about it.
It's incredible. And honestly, you know what? Now that I think about it, you like live music, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I got an idea. August 9th. I'd love for you to come see our band play.